Hi guys, thank you for choosing my video. Watch it until the end and you will learn how to create the professional looking CV and get the job that you want. Before we start creating the actual CV, please listen carefully. Do not create the CV manually and send it to all the companies. Do not use one template only. Why? I will explain it later in the video, so keep watching. Before we proceed with the CV, I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself as someone who is actually hiring. Imagine yourself as the hiring manager. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who is actually looking for the people for work. This is very important to do, and at least we will try to understand what the hiring manager actually has in his mind. So, for example, me, as someone who did interviews some time ago, almost on daily basis, I can definitely say that hiring process is not so easy as you could imagine. Yes, when you have an interview as a potential employee, it can take up to 1 hour. And if the hiring manager has 5 interviews per day, you can definitely then understand that this process will take actually a lot of time and energy. The difference between the recruiter and the hiring manager is that interviews are the standard work procedure for the recruiters. But the hiring managers, 90% of the time, he has his work to do. He has his own team to manage. He has his own management to report to. So this is important to understand for you in the future, not only while preparing the CV, but also at the actual interview. So in this video, I will mainly focus on CV preparation, and for the passing the actual interview, another video will be uploaded to my channel. And in this video, we will focus mainly on the CV, what is supposed to be in there and what is not. You gotta understand that there is a lot of competition out there to get the best jobs. Before we proceed, I remember the times when I was creating the resume manually using the Microsoft Word. At this time of our lives, this is not necessary at all, since since it's a lot of pre-made templates already online for free, absolutely, that you can use. Usually, each of the website that we use for looking for the job, such as Indeed.com, Jobs.com, if we talk about the United States jobs market, those websites they have pre-made templates for the professional looking CV. So use those. Do not make it from the scratch. Do not make it in Microsoft Word. Do not lose time. I live in European Union, so I used in my life templates from the official European website called europa.eu. You can see this website on your screens. This is the official website of European Union, and you can also apply for the jobs there if you live in Europe. So the first thing you're gonna do to make your resume look professional, it's a picture. Of course, you can definitely try to send out the resumes without it, but in order to send out from the other resumes, from the rest of resumes, you need to have your picture attached. Me, for example, is the hiring manager. I always consider the CVs with the pictures first, and then if I cannot find somebody who matches my position I'm looking for, then I'm going to the next ones. Next, over my experience, I noticed a lot of resumes. A lot of people spend their time putting down their hobbies and interests and overall interest on their resume. Based on my experience, I can definitely tell you that I do not really care as a hiring manager if you have experience in photography, in skydiving, or in traveling. When I'm looking for someone, I'm not looking to make a friends. This is not a Tinder meeting. I'm not looking for the girlfriend who I'm gonna be doing photography with. 90% of the time, this information is useless. Regarding the searching process from the hiring manager procedure, how do we actually make the decisions on who to employ? And this is very interesting stuff. And that is why I told you in the beginning of this video that not to send one CV to all the companies you apply to. And the reason for this is that before submitting your CV, ask yourself, are you applying for the job for the corporate and the huge company? By the way, video about how to get the job in Amazon will be available on my channel very soon. You will be able to find it on my channel since I was part of the digital advertising team few years back. So there are two options for you to consider. Do you want to be part of the corporate culture or huge organization, or you prefer to work in the small or medium enterprise? Usually companies that have less than 250 people, they're considered as the small medium companies. So and they take care of the hiring process themselves. In case of Amazon or Dell, they usually have the recruiters team outsource or insource that doing this job and doing the hiring process on their own. So when the corporate is looking for the employee, they look for someone with a specific mentality. They need to have someone who is loyal, who is not toxic, who is not gonna make fun of people, who is ready to learn new stuff, who is not gonna complain. And the hiring manager, he has in the system the number of questions he needs to ask you about your personality, about how you deal with the conflict situations, about how you deal with the conflicts at work, about how you deal with the conflicts with your boss. Those are the questions you would be asked at the interview if you wish to get the corporate job. And then your answers will be analyzed if you are loyal enough. The reason for it is because every successful corporate is based on the system, not on the people. And the system is always more important than the people's knowledge. This is why when you start at corporate, you have minimum of 1 month of training. So they teach you exactly what needs to be done in order to deliver results. On another hand, the small company, they look for the people for the specific skills to take over some work duties. So this is the huge difference in the hiring process. Either looking for somebody loyal who you can train, or you're looking for the specific professional. So this person gonna take the responsibility out of my shoulders as the hiring manager as soon as possible and will start delivering results as soon as possible as well. So this is why, for example, it is gonna be very difficult for you to get a job in Amazon if you change 4 jobs in the previous 5 years. For corporate, it don't matter how much experience you have, how much knowledge you have, how smart you are. If you change 4 jobs within the 5 last years, for them it means you are not loyal, and there's no way you're gonna get the job. There's no way you're gonna get the interview. So let's continue preparing the CV. As I said, do not forget to have the nice looking fresh picture of yourself. Do not use the picture from 1995. Make a nice shot, fresh one, to show the hiring manager how you look now. So on top of the CV, it should be your name, your address, your email address. It's supposed to be your profile to LinkedIn account if you have it, and quick, brief description of yourself. You can have some short introduction of who you are and what exactly you're looking for. Then we need to have your actual work experience, education and training, and skills. That's all. Also, do not forget to mention that you are authorized to work in that country where you're looking for the job, especially if your nationality is different and your name differs from the standard name in the names in the country. So in this case, I'm telling you, it's a lot of stupid recruiters, and I got it in my life that I did not put specifically that I am authorized to work in European Union. They did not call me because of that. And the moment when I called them and asked what's going on, they said you did not put this in your CV. So make sure you have this information there as well. I would suggest you to create the separate work experiences descriptions depending on the job that you actually applying for. Okay. So find the position that you want and check what qualities are necessary to do the job. Every job post has a brief explanation of what you're gonna be doing, and it's gonna have the list of the duties and responsibilities. Look carefully which exact qualities and skills are necessary to do this job, especially while applying it to work for the small and medium companies. Then think about your life experience and write down your previous work experience accordingly. Since the hiring manager is looking for the specific work experience, hiring manager needs to know exactly before calling you if you can actually do the job without 1 month's training. Hiring manager will not call you whatsoever just to ask this question because he has 50 other options on his table in which he's gonna have it. So do not make this mistake. Check the specific duties and responsibilities that are needed from you. Again, do not send the same CV with the same description of your work experience to all the companies. Analyze it first. Analyze it first. What exactly is needed for the job? You should do the same with the skills and education. If you see on job description that company needs somebody with advanced Microsoft Office knowledge, then you have to put it in your CV. If you don't, and I'm looking for somebody who is perfect in Excel, you need to understand one thing. 95% of the people, they lie on their CVs, and it's okay. You need to sell yourself to the company. There is huge competition. You have to sell yourself to the company. And if you feel that you do not have enough experience to get the position that you found that you really want to, fake it. But be ready for the questions on interview. If you fake some skills on your resume, it's fine. Everybody does it, at least a little bit, but everybody does it. If you fake some skills or experiences on your resume, make sure you learn the skill before the actual interview process. There is no way that the hiring manager will actually find out if you actually have this experience in your previous job. I'm not gonna call your previous boss and ask if you perfect in Excel or perfect in sales or perfect in the Java. I'm not gonna do this. So all you need to do, if you fake it in your resume, you need to make sure that you have the skills. So the hiring manager is not gonna just waste his time talking to you. You're not gonna waste your time. He is not gonna waste his time. That's all. Trust me, most of the hiring managers, they do not care what is on CV. All they care about is if you are able to do the actual job. Fake it until you make it. But when you apply at the corporate, you need to focus on interpersonal skill. Since sometimes they prefer to hire somebody with less knowledge, but this person will be loyal and ready to learn. And the last thing is prepare and send the motivational letter per each job. In motivational letter, you need to explain why you believe you are the best fit for this job. I usually did it like this. I check and analyze the job description. I highlight the most necessary skills that are necessary for the job. And while preparing the motivational letter, I include my specific working experience within those skills. So the hiring manager, when he's gonna look at my motivation letter, he's gonna say, that's it. That's the guy. Let me call him. Listen to me. When I need to find somebody to take over some duties and responsibilities from me, I do not wish to spend 25 days of looking for somebody and interviewing tons of people. What I will do, I will analyze CVs, motivational letters, pick between 2 and 5 candidates that I believe are the best fit for the job. And that's all. So let's summarize. First, do not create your CV manually, use the official template from the online source. Second, use the nice fresh picture of you. Do not use picture from 1990s. Next one, do not send the same CV with the same work experience description and skills description to all the companies. In my past, I created 4 or 5 different CVs with a slightly different job descriptions that depending on where I plan to send it. Um, Next one, number 4, prepare separate motivational letters that is written specifically to the hiring manager. When you're looking at the job description, sometimes you can find the name of the hiring manager. So if the hiring manager name is in the description to the job, include his name in the motivational letter. Make it personal, it works. And the last one, the most important one, you need to be patient. You need to get lucky in order to be picked for the interview process if you only use the strategy of sending out the CV. But in order to learn how to speed up the process, please watch my previous video about how to get any job you want. You can find this video on my channel or in description to this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it was informative and useful for you. I wish you very best in your personal life and your career. God bless you.